What the heck is up, everybody? How's it going today? Today we got a really good video for you guys. I'm really excited. We are going to be going through synergies for all the current champions.
Yeah.
Pre 5.0. So we'll see.
Best synergy setups and then
alternatives
some for a couple people.
Yeah.
Some people there's 3.
Yeah, some people have more options than others, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have like one.
So, first one up here is Cap. And I don't know, I think that the full alloy one is the best right now.
I would personally agree as well.
He's so annoying to kill and so tanky.
And the shield throw every 6 seconds on top of all the tankiness and the super hard to kill makes it rough. He used to be easier when you could just, he would miss his, or he would do his throw and then you just pop him, but you can't do that anymore, so, because of this.
Every time you hit him, he just gets stronger.
Yeah.
So, here's the synergies that we think you should run if you have them, of course. So for the head, it's the Tempered Vibranium. It gives you 2 alloy stacks every time you're struck while you're blocking.
You should also know this if you're going into a cap with this, right? Think about that. You don't want to light up a shield, right?
Yep. The body piece is the one after your heavy ends, you get a shield for, well, this guy's is 56 per alloy stack consumed.
I'm assuming this is a level 34 piece on this particular champion, so yours might range. I think
it was 32 when I looked, but.
So it might range, but you get a pretty nice shield, so.
Yeah, that's pretty big. It'd be, what, at max 560 for 3 seconds.
After you just blocked a bunch of damage, right? Because that's what your heavy is, right?
And while you're blocking, you're building up the alloy stacks from the headpiece, so they all just stack on top of each other. Then the next one here, the arms, rugged individual. It's the physical resist one. There's another one, weather the elements, that is energy resist one. Yeah, but right now with the way everything is, Cap, Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, they're all physical.
Definitely tank metas, so I think physical resist is probably better.
And even some of the damage dealers are also physical too, right?
Although, if you're going against a mirror comp over and over and over again,
the mirror?
Maybe. But I still think that physical would be best, because that's going to be energy, right? The alt of the mirror.
Yeah, everything SS does is energy.
Yeah.
Even her basic attack, it's energy.
But either way, physical resist is probably best.
Yeah, physical resist seems to fit the meta right now. The weather the elements one might be better in it for meta. Mm-hmm. For sure. For the legs, it's personal bunker. It gives you projectile resist for each alloy stack. So just with rugged individual giving you the physical resist, and then this one gives you the projectile resist. That kind of covers like the Iron Man and the SS and the
Spider-Man
Storm,
too, a little bit.
And then doubles up on the Spider-Man, doubles up on the Cap shield throw, doubles up on the Thor hammer throw.
Yeah.
It just doubles up on all those ones and gives you massive resistance against those skills. Mm-hmm. And then for the boots, since you're running all alloy stacks already, you have to just choose another piece of alloy set. And this is the boot one, the Freedom Strike here.
This one's actually really good too. If you have the shield one, and maybe you don't have enough to run a 5 set, I definitely recommend, the helmet, you know, like when you get it while you're blocking the shield. And you have the chest where you get the shield, but you don't have that helm. Mm-hmm. I think you need to run these boots. You know what I'm trying to say?
To build up your alloy stacks.
To build up the stacks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because the well blocking, it says gain 2 alloy stacks, right? But then all the other ones say when you're struck, so while you're blocking you gain 3, I'd assume. I don't know if that's exactly.
Well, it says alloy stacks when struck, right?
Yeah, but all the other ones say when you're struck. It doesn't say anything about if you're blocking or not.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that'd be 3.
Yeah. So that would make it stack up like really quick.
But are you being struck if you're blocking? Technically?
Oh, I guess you're blocking? I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know about that, actually. Sorry.
That's actually weird.
That's a good question. If anyone knows the answer to that, you can drop it in the comments below.
But that would be a really hard synergy set to make right now, because alloy set is kind of brand new, right?
Yep, and it's a little bit paywalled, isn't it? Or no? Can you just get it from like
You can get it
Crystal?
from you can get it
Okay,
from
never mind. Sorry.
But it's kind of like paywalled because you have to buy a whole bunch of new gear. You can't use your old gear.
Yeah.
So
let's go into some other possible builds.
Alternate build here. So this is how I was running my guy because I don't have the ally things. So I'm running. Where's the passives menu here? Here we go. So the precision strike. So when you block, you get a crit hit chance. Then more special power to make the shields
throws do more.
Deal more damage. Yep. Rallying cry for the ultimate. The ultimate lasts 8 seconds. So 15% on that. It's another second?
Ish, yeah.
So,
makes it 9.
Yeah. And then when you block an attack, when rush ends, you get 40 stamina. So it pretty much gives you a dash when your rush ends. And then the last one's getting caught off by it. Here we go. When you block an attack, rush grants you 80% slow resist. So
it's actually a really nice piece.
Yeah, it's really good. It's good against the stupid drone thing, the new Hydra shield, the drone cage. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Hydra shield, web shooter Spider-Man if he doesn't actually just web you.
Windstorm.
Windstorm.
Or Storm in
too.
general, right?
I'm not sure if it. Yeah, I guess Storm in
general. Because
general.
the ice is the slow, right?
It's a chill. It's not.
Yeah,
like
it's not as slow. Yeah, I don't know. More questions.
Yeah.
All right, and then.
And you have one too?
Yeah, it's mine's not great. Mine's if you want to run the alloy, but you're hurt bagging.
If you want to run the alloy, but you don't have all the pieces.
But you're hurt bagging, yeah. So I run this piece.
You're also running Arc Shield too.
Oh yeah, sorry. This isn't. Oh, I'm gonna go into. You're right. Let me go into here. So yeah, this is an Arc build, in my opinion. This isn't definitely a 3 for a reason, just so everybody knows. But it's okay. So lead by example. So this is just to actually get your ultimate faster. That ultimate's huge when you land it, and honestly, it is kind of hard to land. So the more cracks you get at her, the better, in my opinion. So I run the bounce back piece, which is the chest piece. So when struck, gain an alloy stack, and you get 21 armor for each alloy stack. So I find because with Arc, you're like a little bit more like all the time because you don't have that shield throw. I find the armor's pretty good.
Yeah, you kind of got to get in on them if you want to stun them or use your ultimate.
Yeah, and for me, since I'm not running any piece that really like builds up my stacks other than getting struck, I kind of want to be able to take more hits. And like I know the shield is way better. I don't have the shield piece or be running it, but I find the armor does kind of help you like build up the stacks a bit too. And then I'm running the physical resist one. Now the reason I'm running the physical resist, and this is why I'm saying this is a good build for like hurt bagging people, is like, I didn't end up doing that. Well, I do have a way better piece for the energy resist, and I like to wear it. I'm not gonna lie, I wear it sometimes. But this piece is better. Okay, so the physical resist piece, and then the projectile resist piece. So those 3 pieces are basically just to add tankiness. And then out of the trenches again, the slow resist. So this build is like essentially a support build.
Especially with Arc, the out of the trenches is good because you're trying to kind of chase people down more than what you are with Vibranium.
Yeah, so I find you need out of the trenches if you're gonna run Arc without full alloy for sure. Because you need to not get caught. But this build is actually really good as kind of like a support damage dealer, because when you do get your ult, it's pretty devastating. And then you're just kind of like taking hits and being annoying while you can.
Trying to block some hits for your DPS guys and waiting for your next ultimate.
Yeah. This build is about blocking. You want to really make sure you're getting hit while you're blocking. It's about building up the ultimate. In my opinion. That's how I made this build. So.
Yep. And right now with how strong Cap is in the meta, it's not too surprising he has 3 builds.
Yeah.
So, next one up here, we got the good old Black Panther.
Woo! Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, yep. Alright, so, for the headpiece, we have the kinetic shield power. That one is good because you want to not take damage, especially when you have such a low health pool like Panther.
Yep.
And then the second one, we have Blood in the Water, and it gives a shield every time you critically hit.
I'm just gonna say that this piece is the funnest in the game.
The Blood in the Water
If
one?
you ever want to have fun, just run this piece, and you'll be playing it like crit, crit, crit. Run it with the spear. You stab him a whole bunch of times. And you're like crit, crit, crit. And you watch your whole fucking Your whole health bar, just all shields. It's fun. It's a fun piece.
It works the same way kind of with the claws and your ultimate, because it hits like 6 times too.
Yep.
It's the same way, so like it lets you live through to finish off doing the ultimate, because a lot of the time you just get clapped with the claws. Alright, the next piece, heart-shaped infusion. It's when your skill 1, when it does the damage to them, it will heal you. This kind of took a little bit of a nerf last patch.
A little bit, yeah. But it wasn't working as intended. It
Yeah.
didn't take a nerf.
Yeah, okay. It got a fix. But it used to heal you for a lot. Now it heals you after the damage is dealt instead of before the damage is dealt. That's what the
It's just actually, so if your kinetic shield, say it does 600, you're going to get 45% of that 600 in heals. Right?
Yeah.
That's essentially how it works.
Unless it hits a shield, because that's what was happening before. It hit the shield. It would hit someone's shield for like 600 and you get healed. When now you don't get healed because you hit a shield.
So you want to try to not hit shields. Okay,
yeah,
makes sense.
and it was going before like physical resistance and stuff. So you'd hit for like 450, but it would get reduced to 370 from their physical or their energy resist actually, because it's an energy attack.
Okay,
I think. Then the next piece is Felidae Instinct. It gives you crit hit chance.
You run that for Blood in the Water.
Yeah, you run that.
For more praise.
Just to help out Blood in the Water that little bit. Plus, Panther is an assassin.
Yeah, so you do want to crit.
Yep, getting the crits is always nice. And then for the boots, residual kinetics, it gives you a shield every time you dash. Panther has 2 dashes, and you build a little bit of stamina regen, and you can get extra dashes essentially.
To be honest,
helps you live more, and this is how most people have built her recently.
If you want to play Panther, you almost have to run these boots. I think if you don't have these boots, she's almost useless.
Yeah, boots are probably the
I think
best
that
piece
they
that she's
are
got.
the most important, in my opinion.
Yeah, everyone's kind of got that one piece that's like
Gamma
makes
patch
them,
for whole.
Yeah. Cap didn't actually have one, but
Well, it kind of does that armor alloy piece for the chest.
or just the weapon.
The weapon.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go into.
So
do you have a build for
I
this?
don't think that I have an actual ultimate build.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, I kind of do. I guess I got a crappy.
Oh, yours is the
Komodo
same
build.
as mine, though. Let me just show mine. Probably, right? I guess, whatever. Go ahead.
No, yours is different because I
Yeah, I
was
know, 'cause you
missing
don't have the chest.
chest piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, we might as well just show you.
Yeah, yours
is
is
actually better.
Yeah.
I was just using that for Pinnacles and haven't really played her since.
Oops, might be. Okay. So this is what I consider the Komoyo because I think you have to run the residual still. So I run Kinetic Shield Power for the helm still. And then, Panthers Power. So on special hit, gain a Komoyo stack, consume all Komoyo stacks on heavy attack, granting it plus 76 heavy attack power per stack consumed. So you build up to 5 stacks, you throw your heavy, you get 76 times 5.
Yeah.
Power added to your heavy, so...
Yeah, so what's that, 380?
Yeah.
So almost doubles your power.
Power of your heavy.
Depending on, I guess, how much power you got built into it.
Into
but
it, yeah.
It's a big chunk, that's for sure.
Yep. And then for the necklace, it's the combat sense. So on special hit, gain Komoyo stack, and gain plus 38 attack power per Komoyo stack. So this is when you're like building up for that heavy. You're gaining attack power like as you have your stacks. But you have to remember you lose your stacks after, what is it, 3 seconds, I believe it is? So you don't want to sit on them for too long.
It's 7
Oh,
seconds.
7 seconds. I apologize. Ooh, definitely not 3. But you only have them for 7. So you can't sit on them for like too long. You want to try to build up to that 5 and get that heavy off.
You can sit on max stacks as long as you're hitting people too, I think. I think they fixed that last patch
Oh,
with
did
the
they?
Rampage.
Nice.
Because Rampage was falling off when you got to 50.
Okay, double strike on special hit, gain Komoyo stack. Consume all Komoyo stacks on a heavy attack, gaining 10% heavy charge per stack. So that's kind of cool. So you get all that special power on your heavy, and then you're also getting back your heavy.
Yeah, you get back 50%.
Yeah, when you're doing that.
So it takes the cooldown way down.
Way down. And you're constantly building up to make it more strong.
Well, you have to... It's hard to get the Komoyo beads built up, except for with the spear, because your skill 2 does so many hits, right?
A good way to build up the Komoyo beads is to not run this residual kinetics here, and to run...
Oh, run like...
this one.
The
But, that being said, you are squish, 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 squish. It's like trying to play Storm as an
Yeah,
assassin.
I guess that would be like another way to build her though. Then
For sure.
there's probably other people that build her different.
Oh, there's.
on the
I'm sure
Mono
there's
stacks.
like hundreds of builds other than what we're saying.
This
but-
is what I use. You use your necklace gives you the power or whatever.
Yep.
The attack power, and this is the one that I use. Sanguinate. It
The bleed
says,
chance. So
yeah,
yours is claws.
consume all your stuff on heavy attack, gaining 100% bleed chance and granting 40 bleed power per stack consumed.
So that build for claws.
It doesn't matter. It could
Of
be
course
for
it
spear,
doesn't,
too.
but I think it's much stronger for claws. Sorry, I should say.
Well, it's the same. It's the exact same thing for spear. Spear's just ranged more than claws.
Doesn't?
Spear doesn't cause bleeds, but this piece will make your heavy cause a bleed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
the old Panther.
That's the old Panther. She's not in a great spot right now.
Yeah.
She does hella damage, but you have to be so good with her to get in on people.
Yeah.
With the caps coming around, and Spider-Man, and then
Hulk,
Thor and Hulk
Thor's,
just don't
yeah.
really care if she blows up on them so much. It's pretty rough.
Unless
out
you're
there for her.
Martina.
Yeah, if you're like one of the bot ones.
I was like
They got like a billion
700
power.
power.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to the next person.
Who is next? Ooh, IL. Alright, so this is,
IL
what-
pretty much has one build. I'm just gonna say this right now, but we're gonna show two.
yeah. So this is pretty much what everyone's been running for a long
1.0.
time. Yeah, a long time. Everyone's been running this full re-entry set. It's amazing with all the weapons, so seems pretty good. So first, beginner's luck. It gives you crit hit chance after your arc reactor flight.
So you fly, and then you have
Yeah.
24% critical hit chance on any of your specials. Or heavies.
Yeah, and then the next one here. Oh, I'm trying to scroll all the time. The next one here is flashy entrance. After your arc reactor flight, your next special or heavy gains 188 power.
So it's just way more power after you fly.
Yeah.
So crit chance, power.
Crit chance power, and then next is napalm loaders. So after you fly again, your next special or heavy again inflicts burn damage, causing what's that? 356. So these ones go up and down a little bit.
Yeah, depending on your piece.
Except beginner's luck is always 24%, right from level 1.
I ran a level 12 piece to get my 1500. I'm just saying, a level 12 helmet.
Oh, it doesn't change the whole way up. And then yeah, so next is artillery mindset on arc flight, and again, your next special or heavy again gains power against distant foes.
Which is actually really nice for all the weapons, but especially for laser, because as they're running away from you, they do more damage. So if you're ever running away from a laser, maybe...
Yeah, you try and go sideways or go
Yeah.
straight towards them and try and get on the other side of them.
Depending on where you are
Yeah.
on the laser,
It's-
yeah.
I don't know.
It sucks.
Good luck.
Yeah. And then the
last one is efficient jump cuts. When you dash, you activate all your re-entry synergies with 50% effectiveness.
So everything's cut in half, but...
Everything's cut in half, but it's all turned on.
So Iron Man, you fly and you F people up. That's Iron Man.
Yep.
Fly
Yeah,
and mess them up.
fly in, land, use either your SP2 or your heavy, then dash, use whichever one you didn't use, wait for your arc flight thing to charge back up again while you
Do it
basic
all over
attack
again.
and stuff, do it all over again. Then when you get your ultimate, fly, land, use your ultimate, and most people don't live through that part.
I highly don't ever recommend landing on people when you fly, but I believe it can be used as an interrupt.
It can.
So say there's like this is not recommended, but like say there's an SS orbing or something, you can like land on it and interrupt it, but then you're probably gonna die straight up. So like, not even gonna lie to you.
Most
Like
of the
that'll
things
probably
that
kill
you're
you.
gonna interrupt, you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's gonna kill you, but you can.
Plus, I don't know about anyone else, but I can never land on people. I always miss.
That's because you suck. All right, let's go into the other build for him,
Other build.
which I don't recommend at all, but it is another build.
I've been trying it. It's
okay.
okay. Yeah. So passives doesn't really matter which weapon form, since this is like basic attack build essentially. So this uses the reactor overload set. On the head, there's a headpiece, Precision Charges here. It gives you 3 crit hit chance per arc charge that you hold. And you can hold 3 arc charges at a time, so 9% crit chance plus the 5%. Gives
That
you
you get as an
14%.
Yeah.
It's okay. Not great. But
Yeah, just like everyone knows, every champ has 5% and 8 crit chance.
Yeah.
So
So for the second one, this is the one I choose to go with. There's another one that gives you ultimate recharge whenever you use a special. But I like to use this one that gives you heavy attack power. When you consumes all your stacks and gives you heavy attack
kind of
on
like the
your next
Komoyo
heavy.
for Panther. Same sort of concept.
And then the next one here, Molten Charges, light attacks build up your arc charges, and then you gain 20 heat power per arc charge you have. So the one piece so far gives 9% crit rate, this one will give 60 heat power, and then the next one here is Blast Charges, it gives you 20 attack power per stack. So that's another 60 attack power that you always will have as long as you're hitting people.
Mm-hmm.
Your arc charges will stay out. I think you can just click on it here, yeah. So they last for 5 seconds. And then the last one, dear God, they wrote this in the smallest writing, but it says all arc reactor overload synergy bonuses are 75% more powerful. However, consuming arc charges will deal 2% of your max health as heat damage to yourself for each arc charge consumed. Right? Is it 2 or is it 3? Yeah, it's 2. So
you're killing yourself slowly.
All your stuff is 75% more effective, so...
Way more damage.
Yeah, so like this 20 is now 26 and a bit, you know, same with that one, that's another 26 and a bit. This 3 is actually 4 per stack now, so that puts it up to 12. Which is 17.
Yeah.
You're going to start to see a lot more crits when you get up that high. It works alright. The 6% burn damage that you take every time that you decide to either use a heavy or you disengage with them essentially, and then your arc charges fall off. It hasn't been that bad, but...
You haven't really used it in Arena though, right?
No, I used it like Deathmatch and Pinnacles. It was fun. I found it worked really good with drones. Worked really well with drones because
he's a good light attacker, better than...
And the heavy hits like a whole shit ton of times, so it seemed like it added a little bit
more
extra
damage
to it because there's more chances to crit, right? Where like with the laser, you're like rolling the dice one time and hoping for a big crit, where with the drones it'll hit, what is it, 6 times or 5 times or whatever, so you have more chances. And I guess if it's 5 times, 17% chance, you should get 1 guaranteed every time. It's not bad.
Alright, let's go to the next champion. Just run this.
Just run the reentry?
Yeah, just run it. Alright, so, Spidey. Okay, this guy only has 1 build too. Just...
There's 2. But yeah. They're pretty much the same. So, Spider-Man. He was one of the main damage dealers, actually, that people chose through seasons. A lot of people were running, like, the tanks and SS, but the teams that weren't had a Spider-Man.
Yeah. I think he's definitely not as prevalent as he was, for sure, but he's definitely still in an okay spot. He's doing okay.
He was on the top seasons team.
He was.
Swollen, Avenged, and Blast.
Blast is, yeah, he had him in 3rd, I think, or 2nd on season, so...
He got 1st somehow. I don't know if he actually got 1st or if Swollen got removed. I can't remember, yeah.
Okay, well, either way, he still is a really good, viable champ.
Yeah, he was in the top couple guys. I think he was 1st.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Spider-Man, maybe 1st place in season, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So this is the build that most people who play Spider-Man as their main champion would use. So for the head, it's the web snipe set. I'm over here, projectile attack versus distant foes. You're always going to be distance from people, hopefully. And I'm pretty sure things that say like distant foes mean people that are more than halfway of whatever distance of whatever skill. So even if the skill has a short range,
if they're halfway,
the distant foe thing is still just at the end of its range. They don't actually have to be like far away. For the next one, friendly finisher. So when you evade an attack, you get 32% crit hit chance for the next 5 seconds. So that puts you up to 37. You're gonna get a lot of crits. Straight up, right? For the arms, Sunder Spider, whenever you invade an attack, your attacks from then on break the armor for 30 for the next 5 seconds. So 30 is half of what the SS armor break is. Yeah. But you can stack up to 5 of these. Doesn't even say it there that you can only stack up to 5.
Oh, that's weird, but yeah, you can only break it 5 times.
I just tried to click on the eye thing. But yeah, but you can only stack it 5 times, so.
I just want to say, if you have a Thunder Spider at level 1, use that shit.
Yeah, it's another one. That armor break doesn't go up or down, depending on what level the gear is.
And no matter how bad your Spider-Man build is, if you have this, you can break the defense for your teammates. If you just live and break the defense, you have no idea how useful you are.
Yep. Yeah, you just need to break the defense for your Thor or
yeah, just live and break the defense.
Yeah, that'll help a lot. For the Panther, the Knickers, as the spider people call them, the counter strike. So whenever you evade an attack, you get 308 attack power for the next 5 seconds, which is massive. 308. I think a lot of people, like if you look in the overview thing and you like click on it, it'll say their attack power. Most attack type guys, I think they're between 400 and 500 somewhere.
This is like almost doubling your attack.
So yeah, it's almost doubling it.
Probably 35 to 40%.
I didn't look at the one that I took a picture of was maxed. I think it was, but maybe not.
This is definitely way higher than mine is. But I recommend using Counter-Strike, even again, like, maybe not level 1, but this piece is huge too.
Yeah, even this synergy does go up and down.
It does, big time, but even every little bit counts, in my opinion. I think that this piece is still one of the strongest pieces to run here, if you have it.
Especially since you have to run three
for
sets
Spidey.
for Thunder Spider and Friendly Finisher.
Yeah.
So for the boots, on dash and power your projectile attacks for 219 power for 5 seconds. Spider-Man has 2 dashes, so if you play it safe, you can put one of these up, save a dash to escape still, and deal a little bit more damage. Well, actually, that's a lot more damage.
You know what I recommend? Forgetting about it.
Yeah, like just don't worry about it, and when you're like trying to chase someone down to kill them or whatever,
or when you're running away and then you turn around or you evade and you dash away because you went into danger and like. But I recommend, and like I'm saying this because I am the worst for it. Don't be like, oh my god, I get 30 more light attack power when I dash, because you do. But then you're dashing and then you're dead because you dashed. So I recommend just playing. And
it's good at the Bodok to do it though.
Yes.
You like dash into the Bodok and start attacking. You'll do a little bit of extra, and you can watch it when the little circle thing above your head times out. You just dash sideways again.
And do some more, yeah.
Put it back up again. I don't know. That's what
I agree, for sure.
Really good.
For that, yeah.
I do have an alternate spider build, even though some people think there's only one.
Listen, I remember back in the good old days when I was all yellows, the dark yellows, and I light attacked for a bajillion. That was before
Thunder Spider.
I know, it said back in the good old days, okay.
So, this is how I do it. I've been using it with web shooters.
You skipped the helm.
Oh, I did skip the helmet. Okay, so I went with the full evade. It's been alright. So we have the web sling cooldown, so that's skill 1 cooldown. It lets you evade an attack. So it's just more triggers of evade, and you're running all evades, so that's how we do it. Friendly Finisher again, of course. Thunder Spider again, of course. And then I've been running these legs. They're the right back at you legs. Different from Counter-Strike. Way more power.
Only against one person.
But actually it's against anyone whose attacks you dodge.
You only hit one person with... Oh, anyone's attack you dodge?
Yeah, but so you actually have to evade one of their attacks.
If you want to hit 2 people.
If you want to hit 2 different people, or 3 if you want to destroy them all. Right? But if it's just you and Hulk over in the corner or whatever, like it normally is for Spider-Man, you do your little swingy thing, dodge his punch, and then you get this massive buff and you get to kind of crush him for a little bit while he can't hit you. And then I use the boots, the counter web boots. On evading an attack, you gain a bunch of special power.
Is that how you get so much on your ult?
That's how you get so much on your ult, yes. So, I don't know, I had my ult hit for 14 something, which kind of annihilates one player.
See, like, that makes sense to me because, like, my web shooter ult hits for boo, but I'd never run these boots.
Yeah. Yeah, it pushes it up a lot. Plus, I think I have blockbuster power on a couple pieces. But
that's besides the point.
Yeah. So this build seems to be a lot better on web shooters than it is on Gatlings. But the other build can be for either weapon. It doesn't matter.
Alright, next
person.
Use the other build.
Use the other build.
No,
just like Iron Man
interesting.
all over again.
No.
No.
I'm actually, I kind of want to try my web shooters with that build now, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, next. We got Thor.
My bae!
Big, strong, beefy Thor. So, a lot of the people this season played Thor. He was a big selection, probably second right behind Cap, I think.
I would say he even competed for first, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of double Cap teams.
Oh, you're right.
Go over the top of the Thors. But but a lot of the Thor teams were double Cap.
Double Thor.
So the main weapon seems to be Mjolnir. I don't know. People don't like getting executed.
You missed the execute, and it sucks. Okay.
Alright, so this is the popular build. This is what most people run.
This is the tank build, I guess we should say
for
that.
the tank Mjolnir Thor.
Yeah.
So first up we got Frigga's Embrace, God of Thunder, so that's your skill 1. Whenever it hits a foe, you get 157 shield, which goes up and down with levels, of course. It hits pretty quick, so you can build up some shields. 1.5 seconds, I think that would give you enough for 3 hits. So you could build up what this one would give you about a 600 shield if no one's touching you during that time.
This is gonna sound nuts, but this piece is one of the few pieces where when you're 1v1ing, you're gonna be like, this shit doesn't work. But when you're surrounded, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I am unkillable!
Yeah, that's from the recent nerf, actually. It used to be when you were 1v1ing,
you couldn't kill
used it and you just couldn't even kill him.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But now they've fixed it, I guess, and
It's still pretty.
It seems more balanced for 1v1ing. That's for sure. In team fights, it's still, pretty crazy. The next piece, Dwarven Stormguard. While your skill 1 is active, you gain, what's this one give? 450 physical resistance. That is a lot of physical resistance just for having your skill 1 up. I think skill 1 lasts for 5 seconds. And it's got a 15-second cooldown, something like that.
This also makes it easier to be willing to be more surrounded. Again, I'm not encouraging going in on all of them, but I mean, if your team's with you and you're in a big team fight.
Well, it depends who the other team is. It's physical resistance, right? So if the other team is Iron Man and stuff like that, being surrounded and stuff's not gonna help you.
Yeah.
So next, we have Bolt Recharge. 12% skill 1 cooldown reduction.
More shields.
So everything,
That's what that says.
everything in this whole synergy set builds into when your skill 1's active. So you need to have it active as much as possible. And that's why a lot of people have been running this one, that's for sure. And then next we got the pants, and these aren't the ones I was expecting. Okay. The pants, this one is
No,
skill 1's active.
I do not recommend those pants, really?
You'd go with it. Yeah, I didn't actually
This
look.
player's better than me.
Yep, this was
This is a top player.
yeah, I think he came in the top 5.
Really projectile resist, eh?
Yeah, so he is running the projectile resist pants. Never considered that one. I thought the other pants were really good, but I guess that's a lot of projectile resist just for having your skill 1 on again. Another 500 resistance, and then when you stack it again, just like with Cap, how you're stacking physical resist and projectile resistance.
Now you're stacking them.
Yeah, physical resist and projectile resistance. Spider-Man are just, they're not doing nothing to you.
So I definitely recommend this because this is one of the best players in the game. However, there's an alternate piece that I'm going to show you guys that I think is very, very strong, and it's what I run. And I did pretty well in seasons as well. Sorry, go on.
You're about 600 points behind this guy.
I know. We're talking to 5,000 players. We're not talking to...
So, For the cape, since everything else that you're running is the static shield set, you have to run a static shield cape. This one's actually really nice though. When your skill 1 hits someone, you gain 10 stamina. So you can engage on them, use you use your skill 2, use your dash, everything, engage right in onto them, attack them for a couple seconds actually, and you will have this thing back up before your shields run out, and then you can get out, still have like a couple seconds left on your shield thingy, and you'd be gone.
You know what? God, I've been running it wrong this whole time. That's just way better than 10% on everything else.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Sorry guys, I actually wasn't expecting that. I'm a little, Okay, here, I'll show my
A revelation?
Build. Yeah.
Well, I have my build first, since we're already on my phone. So, I've been playing Axe lately. He's been working out. So, the Axe, of course. And then I run the shield helmet. I run the physical resist body. And then I run this. So, whenever you KO a foe, you gain Thunder Fury. Thunder Fury grants you 313 attack power, and it lasts for 6 seconds. So most of the time, after you kill someone, once you have this attack power buff, it's not going to take you 6 seconds to get your next kill. So this thing's going to keep going on. And it's going to keep going for when you're attacking on the Bodok as well.
Yeah.
And this is how people like get your Bodok down to 20% or whatever, sometimes kill it on the first cap.
Especially if they get an armor break with an SS or a spider or something. Like...
And I'm not running like the full yellow build. I'm running a tank build with like some yellows splashed in just so that I can do a lot of damage and finish off a round. Actually, I've done it a couple times. Raw hide, of course. I'm almost dead. Wait for the execute to come up. Execute someone, kill someone else immediately. Most of the times I'll die on that.
But then you have.
But then I make it a 2v1 for my teammates.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times the other person will run after they watch me kill 2 people. Normally, they're just gone. So then for my third one, I run this.
Which we actually have just had a revelation. We don't know if this is the one to run.
Yeah, maybe we should switch over. I don't know.
We need to test more on this. I've always ran this. I do find this to be a good piece, but yeah.
Yeah. So your static shield synergy passives gain 10% bonus effectiveness per foe hit by God of Thunder.
So when you're surrounded, that's 30% to your shields, 30% to your resistance.
Oh no, it's like per foe hit. So it keeps building. So the first hit, it gives a 10% bonus. The second time it hits another person, it gives a 20% bonus. Third person, 30%, fourth, fifth. It just keeps building up.
That's gotta be better, no?
So you'd think by the end of your I don't know how quick God of Thunder attacks. I've never actually considered that, but I'm assuming this can give you almost 100% buff onto your stuff by the end of it. But then when your God of Thunder ends, you lose this whole buff, of course. But you lose all your buffs. But so then, the next time that you start up your God of Thunder, you don't start with 100% bonus effectiveness. You have to start building back up from 10% again. But maybe those legs are better. I'm not sure. I'm actually probably sure that those legs are better than these ones now after seeing the other person's build.
You think that they're better than this?
Yeah, probably not the ones that I have. These are my best legs that I have. And then for the cape, Ride of the Valkyries, on dash, you gain 6% crit hit chance. It's doubled after Thunder Fury is active. So after you kill someone, when you dash, you get 12% crit hit chance. It's not a whole lot more than the 6, I guess, because what's the difference from 11 to 17? It's not really going to give you too many more crits, but you have to run one yellow piece, and I think that these are the best blue pieces to run, because the arms for blue are the skill 1 cooldown reduction. They're awesome if you're running full blues. If you're splitting off the blues,
not so much.
Yeah, you have to. Well, I'm trying to run some yellows, so I think this is the best yellow piece. If you're not running 3.
Yeah, if you're gonna run a hybrid, I think you have to run these arms. The Odin's Force.
Yeah, for sure. So that's mine, and then you said that you had one too.
Okay, this is a wild animal build. Okay, you play this like your BP. Okay. You pretend you are BP. Instead of your shields You're a little bit extra tanky, but you're an assassin like this. So it's like Chedda says, you're going to play this around your team. You're going to do damage when you can, and then you're going to just kind of hide. And then when you kill one, that's it, you're killing all of them. That's the goal of this. This build is how you beat Pinnacles, in my opinion.
Yeah, you just wait until you get lucky one time.
Yeah.
And everything kind of goes your way, because it can really, it like snowballs.
And it's literally
You just keep
RNG
getting stronger, like,
Yeah.
constantly, right after you kill someone.
Alright, so let's go into it. So you're gonna run this with Axe. I definitely don't recommend this build with Mjolnir at all. So True Strike, so when you KO a foe, which means when you kill, Thunder Fury, or gain Thunder Fury grants you 40% crit chance, so that's huge.
Yeah, that gives you 45% right there.
So almost 50%.
So yeah, you're pretty much critting every time, it seems like.
And then Stunter's Fury, which is like the best piece for if you're gonna run the 3 of this, whether you're doing hybrid or full yellows. If you're running the 3 yellows, I highly recommend running this.
Yeah.
So Thunder Fury can now be triggered on a critical hit. So whenever you crit, you get it at Thunder Fury gain this way has 50% reduced duration. So you get it just as strong.
Yeah, just as strong, but for half the time.
3.5 seconds instead of.
Just 3 seconds because it lasts 6. So
3 seconds. Yeah. But this makes you so like when you're in Pinnacles or whatever, right? And I'll show it after, but you're wearing the cape, the 6% crit chance cape, and you're just like naturally kind of critting without killing one against the boss, and you turn your synergies on against the boss because you get lucky on that crit. You go ham on him for those 3 seconds, and like that's huge.
And it keeps refreshing every time you get another crit.
Yeah.
And since you're wearing the helmet, what was it?
No, the helmet you only get when you KO a foe. You only get that 40, so you don't really need to worry about this synergy.
No, because this activates the helmet with a 50% reduced duration, so you'll keep critting more and more.
You're right.
It makes it just go forever once you crit someone, and then once you finally actually kill someone, it just goes forever.
Yeah. Sorry, Chedda's right on that.
Yeah.
And then again, the Odin's Force that we talked about earlier, really important for the hands.
Nice arm power.
These legs are really, really nice, I find, for the SP1, because it gives you, so when you KO a foe, you get shock power, so you like kill someone, and then hopefully you have your SP1. In Pinnacles, you can kind of plan it out that way.
And after you activate your SP1, whichever ability you use next is empowered with lightning.
Which is shock power.
Yeah. So if you decide that you're going to heavy, then that's shock power added onto your heavy. If you decide to use your skill 2, it gives an increased duration on the skill 2 plus shock power. Mm-hmm. And actually, if you decide to execute someone while that's on, they explode, and I'm pretty sure it does shock power on the explosion. It might do crushing power, but I'm pretty sure it does shock power.
Because it's empowered. And then, I highly recommend running the 6% critical chance because you really want to crit as often as you can to activate the Stunter's Fury. And critting's just beautiful when you're running a build like this. You just want to crit.
Yeah, once you crit once, the crits
other
never
cape,
stop.
You're going to get drawn in because you're going to run that cape and your crits are going to do like 150 more, 200 more. And you're going to be like, oh, I'm doing so much more damage this way. But this piece makes you much more consistent as opposed to the...
I think it really depends on where you're using it as well.
Yeah.
For people that have more health, then it might be more important to deal that more damage.
Yeah.
For things that have a lot less health, it's not going to matter, because the other one, if you want to go click on it.
Which other one?
The 3-set yellow cape. Yeah, this one, it gives crit hits gain an extra 400 and whatever power based on the target's missing HP. So if they only have a little bit of HP, you're generally just going to be one-shotting them if you crit them, or whatever. So you're not going to really worry about the extra power if you crit, since they're already just dying in one shot.
Yeah.
But on like the crazy boss monsters, this is huge. Because slowly as their HP goes down, your crits just start doing more and more and more, and you get them closer and quicker to the bottom. Mm-hmm. But that is Thor. Mm-hmm, he seems to still be in a good spot even after his Sleipnir.
Yep.
A lot of people played him in seasons. He was an awesome tank.
Yep.
So next,
Hulk.
we have Hulk.
I'd like to say this build is still not that much different from my build back in 2.1. He hasn't changed that much either.
Yeah, he hasn't changed too much. His new synergy set, the Rampage stacks or whatever, didn't really overtake any of the other ones.
It's good, but...
Yeah, if Hammer was still what it used to be, it would probably be a lot better. The shield's not what the hammer used to be either. Even though the wing shields are awesome, actually. I think they replaced both weapons nicely. It's a nice like combination of the two.
Yeah.
But this is the Hulk build here. So first up, we have no weak spot from the Impenetrable Rage set. While enraged, you gain crit hit resist. So we just looked through a bunch of the other champions. The one build that I was running for Cap gives you the extra crit chance. Spider-Man, everyone uses friendly finisher, gives you extra crit chance. Your Crazy Man Thor build gives lots of crits.
Same with yours, kind of, too?
Mine doesn't.
The 6%?
Yeah, I guess it gives that 6%. But then Panther, Blood in the Water. A lot of people like to run that. It gives extra crits.
They're running the Feline Instinct, the 4% crit chance.
Yeah. The Iron Man, Beginner's Luck, 24% crit, more crit resist. Who haven't we talked about? Oh, Storm. A lot of people run that yellow hat
Helmet.
that gives a bunch of crit chance. And who's the other champion that we didn't name? Or was that all of them? And they all just go for full crits. I think that's pretty much everyone.
That's it?
Yeah. So
if we miss one, they crit too, I'm sure.
The one that we missed was Hulk.
Hulk, of course.
Himself, who doesn't really go for the crits. So in the Hulk matchup,
there is a build that goes for crits, Rampage build.
Yeah, but it doesn't have anything that gives to crit rate. So like you're trying to crit them, of course, but you don't have anything that's actually making you crit more times.
That's true.
So this seems to be super good against the meta. I don't know. You seem to live forever with Hulk a lot of the time. The next piece here: Pain, Don't Hurt. While enraged, each time you're struck, gain 52 armor. Bonus armor is lost when enrage ends, of course. It doesn't just keep stacking every time. This is really good against some channeling abilities. What's his face? Iron Man Laser. It actually just hits you like a bunch of small times. Orb, yeah, you have to be enraged when they orb you, but like it hits you a bunch of small times, plus the other people are trying to jump on you and fuck you up. If you can enrage into Blizzard from the Ice Wand, it just keeps
adding your
armor up so they can't stop you from killing their friend.
I honestly think armor's super underrated in this game.
And a lot of people generally, it's the only way to like really keep Hulk back is just to keep shooting him. So this works pretty good. The other piece, the 2-set piece for this set gives you like 100 armor or something like that. So this piece, essentially after you get hit twice, you're up to what that other piece gives you.
Yeah.
The other one's a 2-set, this is a 3-set.
Yeah, this one's much better.
Yeah. So, next piece. Rage Punch Live.
Oh, the original Bay.
While enraged, your light attacks heal you for 55.
I'd just like to state that this used to be like 115.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that much, but...
It was, mine was 111, go check the video.
Alright. So, either way.
Really strong.
When you're enraged, your light attacks heal you. It's pretty awesome. You can get off a lot of light attacks.
I was going to say, when you're running this piece, I'm really bad for it. Don't heavy, don't punch, don't do anything. Like, there's situations. For the most part, you want to be in the mindset of when you're enraged, you're light attacking.
Yeah. I think this build right here that this guy's got is best with the gloves. And with the gloves, you seem to actually light attack more.
Yeah.
Because your heavy kind of jumps towards people, where like the wing shield one's kind of wonky. It just hits like kind of in front of you a bunch of times. It does move forward like a crab kind of, but it's not like the gauntlet heavy. The gauntlet heavy goes flying at your foe, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you generally light attack more. Plus that skill 2 on the gauntlet stuns them, so you actually land your lights because you have to actually land them.
Yeah.
So that's that part. Next we got Hulk Robotics here. On dash and gain a bunch of armor. While enraged, the bonus armor is doubled.
Very nice.
Just A lot of the times, this is my problem with this piece, is I'll dash into enrage. Some people do it the other way. They like to enrage and then dash in. Probably a lot safer, especially against Cap.
Nah, see what you do. is you go in, you walk in, right?
You
You
walk
enrage.
in.
You enrage.
Yeah.
You do your bullshit, mostly just light attack, right? And then you dash out, so as you're leaving, when they're pew 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 pew, and they're trying to fuck you up, you got that. That's what you do. It makes you tankier.
Well,
That's
also, like, if you do just dash in and enrage, it gives you the 104 armor. It just doesn't give you the 208 armor.
Yeah, but
that
it's
it does when
only
you're-
for 3 seconds.
That's-
So you want to stack your shit, because you're gonna what? You're gonna dash in, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna go
Enrage.
100. You're gonna go 104. You're gonna go enrage maybe, so it's gonna be 208, right? For 3 seconds. But you're already running a piece that gives you stacks and stacks your armor. And like I do understand the concept of stacking and stacking over and over, but there is a point where you want to be survivable without your skills up. And I think you need to use your synergies to be survivable without your skills up. So that's why you need to use things like your dash and stuff when you're running away, so that you're still adding to that survivability. That's what I do with my Thor too. Like I never charge up my SP2 all the way, go 2 armors, and then SP1. Why? Why are you going to waste that 2 stack of armor that you already built up? You know what I mean?
Because then, like, okay, let's not talk about that. That's just gonna go on forever. But yeah. Okay, so next we got Gamma Patch. You heal while you're enraged for a bunch of health. The enrage, when you enrage, you also get a shield and bunches of armor and all types of other stupid stuff. So the heal will just like heal you all the way up. Through what your shield will be absorbing for you. A lot of the times, like, what's it say? This one's 132 a second. A lot of champions can deal more than that as DPS. So you're actually still going to go down health. But since you get the shield, you'll be able to gain up a little bit of health while they knock down your shield. And then you're going to gain a little bit of health if you can run away.
I'm just gonna throw this out there that Chedda is like better than me at the game, but the 2 things I've been known for is an unkillable Hulk and an unkillable Thor. So if you want to tell me how to use your abilities to live longer on those 2 champions, I'm just saying.
I'll tell you after. Alright, so alternate build on the Hulk. This is one that I've been using. It's kind of almost the exact same as the other one, except I run these Goliath pieces here. Strong Within. So I run the crit resist helmet thing, and then I run this one. Strong Within, well below 50% health, you gain 160 heavy attack power. Normally I use this with gauntlets, but I've been trying it out with Wing Shield. You use your heavy a lot with Wing Shield actually, and it hits a bunch of times. So it works pretty good. With the gauntlet, it worked really well because you jump at them, of course. So they're trying to run away from you in an even fight, and you get to engage back onto them with this empowered attack. It's really awesome. Rage Punch, Live Again. And then this is probably my favorite piece, Wrecking Hulk. When you dash, you get a bunch of attack power for 3 seconds. If you're below 50% health, it's doubled. So if they're trying to get away from you again, and you dash at them, and they dash as well, but then you're able to heavy them and hit them with that, oh my god, they get exploded. And of course, Gamma Patch. So it's pretty much the same thing, only I've got
A little bit more damage.
And then you have another one here.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised you didn't run the 3 Goliath. I thought you were gonna show that version.
Oh, but this is the one I actually run.
Yeah. I just wish I would have done the 3 Goliath. So I did the Rampage build that I think works if you are gonna try to run Rampage. If you are gonna run Pinnacles, just go full Rampage for the in-between stages. As long as you have this piece right here. This one.
Yeah, well, in Rage, you gain 1 Rampage stack every second, so after you finish off the last bad guy on the Pinnacle wave, you enrage then, and then it'll carry your stacks through to the next wave.
Correct.
Or mini-boss.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, mini-boss.
But this is the build that I would suggest in like Arena or something if you were going to try out the Rampage. So I think it's probably best with Winged Shields, in my opinion. Hammer if they buff it.
Yeah, you get a stack every time you hit, so the Gauntlet's SP1, Heavy only hits 1 time. The Wing Shield hits like, what, 4 times or 5 times or whatever. And that's also why the hammer's good to build them up too, because it spins around and hits them a bunch of times. Yeah, so you want to be using either hammer or wind shield for sure.
So for this, I have the helmet, the Smash Strongest. Dealing damage grants you rampage stack. Gain 35 critical hit power per stack. So Hulk actually doesn't really crit that much, so like it's not that this piece is amazing, but like when you do crit, the more stacks you're at, these crits are gonna get big, big, big. I was like critting like 1,200 for my heavies at like 50 stacks. The highest I think I saw was like 16, but that's in pinnacles. But I mean, that's a heavy. They're doing 1,600 damage. Like that's nut.
Yeah, that's why also, since you don't crit very much, that's why you want to run either the hammer or the wing shield to get more hits.
It's more chances to crit.
Yeah, more rolls at the crits.
And then the next one is dealing damage grants you rampage stacks again. Gain 30 heavy attack power per rampage stack, which is awesome for wing shield because you're heavying a lot. And then I run this one, dealing damage grants you rampage stack, gain 12 attack power per rampage stack. So this piece is like definitely the piece to run if you're gonna run rampage, because when you're at 50 stacks, you're literally at what is that? Help me do math.
Oh my god, what's that? 50,
12.
500, 600.
So you're at like 600 additional attack power at 50 stacks, which is nuts. I know you don't get to 50 very often. But like if we're talking pinnacles, you actually kind of do if you're running that.
Go click on the arms there, and then show the banners break ones. They're the 2 set. No, that's territory. Yeah, and then click on those ones. See, this only gives what?
91.
91.
So after 3.
3. So when you get your 4th rampage stack, it's already better than this.
Then banners break, yeah. Not too shabby. And then I just run the Hulk robotics and the Gamma patch for survivability.
And the one piece that we didn't even show, actually, this is like one of the most popular ones.
That's what I was saying. There's this. Yeah. Here, I'll just do it super
You're
quick.
You're gonna
show it? I'll just do the
Goliath versus Goliath, yeah.
We're not gonna go into this build too much. I think everyone knows this build, but
Wrecking Hulk. There we go.
So just you get
so Goliath versus Goliath, you gain 200 power against foes with higher percent health than you. So it says percent health, not the actual number.
So even if it's a storm and you have like this much,
yeah, you have half health.
That much?
She has full health, which actually you probably still have more health than her at that point. You're getting this extra power, so she's gonna go down quick.
Then just more below 50, you gain some heavy attack power.
And then we've been running these hand things.
It's literally just to trigger Gamma Patch, pretty much.
Just to trigger Gamma Patch, straight up.
Yeah. The energy resist is okay. But...
So sometimes actually I've been switching the Strong Within one.
Yeah,
actually,
I've done
and
that
running
too.
The Banners Break ones. But the Banners Break hand things aren't very good. It's only while you're below 50%.
Sometimes the 70, activate your synergies at 70% is nice. I tested that bit. It's okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't work with Goliath versus Goliath.
Yeah.
So that's why I haven't been running it on that one.
Alright, so
but some people do.
That's one other build for
that is another build for the old Hulk.
I think a lot of people would have got mad if we didn't show this build. A lot of people run this build, so.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of the old school Hulk players that's the one that I like to run.
Yeah.
So next. SS. This is someone who we didn't talk about critting. Because she doesn't crit.
You're right.
So this is the other non-critter. Funny because they used to go together a lot too.
Yeah.
So this is the SS build that I think is the best. It's the full Disciple Supreme set. So here's the synergies that we think you should run.
We're in agreement on this character, so.
Ikon's Incantation gives you 2% cooldown per stack. Every 10 seconds you gain a stack. So after 100 seconds you have your max stacks. And then you'll have 20% cooldown reduction on all your skills.
I'm gonna be honest, it's usually in the second round that you get your 10 stacks. Yeah. Unless the game is a long game, generally you really, really don't want to die the first round. If you're running this full Disciple, if your team gets mushed, run. Because you want to live, in my opinion.
After the first round you'll have 6 to 8 stacks. Normally
4 to 8. Depends on how quick it goes. Either it's a smoke show one way and smoke show the other way and you're only at 4. It happens a lot. Yeah. Sorry.
And then, War Mage's Mantra. For every stack you gain heavy power. These do go up and down with the rarity of the gear or whatever, or the gear level, but they don't go up and down very much with the power-ups. This will only get like another 3 or 4 from like level 0 power up to max power up, I think. So the heavy attack damage, her heavy is actually really nice. The book one's super awesome. It shoots like this big Kamehameha fucking ball and explodes on them.
The other one's armor break and bounces.
Yeah, the other one, the armor break and the bounce, and the orb synergy actually gives more power per bounce. So it lets you just wreck people with that one. And the Black Mirror one seems to not do very much damage. But
no, but I have crit for like 620 on it. Not crazy. But it's pretty good considering you get cooldown reduction on it. That's actually not right?
That's the crazy part, is the cooldown reduction. So next we have Studious Spellcasting. You gain, this one's 14 Mystic Power. This is another one that it goes up and down with the gear level, and then it'll only go like, I think it's 1 or something every level up of the item, maybe.
This, in my opinion,
some levels it doesn't give it.
This, in my opinion, is the most important piece for the Disciple set.
Yeah. Everything SS does is Mystic Power. So this is better than just special power, better than just attack power. It gives to everything. For the legs, this is, I think, the only choice that you have on the Disciple set, but the plus part is her ultimate is ridiculous on
almost all
3.
Oh, yeah, all of them. Yeah.
So the 20% ultimate recharge rate is really good, and if you notice, this one says ultimate recharge rate, and this one says cooldown reduction. So they don't actually stack on top of each other because one charges up until you can use it, and the other ones have a cooldown, so you have to count down.
So even the heavy from the mirror doesn't
cool down your ultimate. It does though.
Oh, it does?
Because every time you hit someone,
I thought you told me it didn't.
No, but it doesn't, because it says it gives 3 seconds, but it can't give you 3 seconds off of it. But every time you hit someone, you get it. You get a percent onto your ultimate charge. So like it'll give you 1 instead of minus 3 seconds, because there's no seconds.
Okay.
So for the cape, we got the old Telecaster. On dash, you get a bunch of special power for, what's up, 3 seconds.
This makes your heal a lot more. If you like dash and then put your heal up, it makes your heal do more.
Yep, and if you're really greedy, you can dash, put up your heal thing, and then use your skill 2 or your ultimate, and you get 2 abilities that are empowered with this. This one would give 310 special power, which is a hell of a lot.
Yep.
And yeah, a lot of her gear gives special power while Aura is active, or something while Aura is active. A lot of her gear, that's her special stat. And yeah, so you like dash, put up your heal, so it's a nice heal for your team, and then turn on all those conditional stats for having the aura up, and then also cast your one other special, which would be super empowered at that point as well by everything that you have turned on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have this 310 and then that 140 there, that's gonna give you a nice chunk of power. Make some of the abilities. The book circle one, it hits really hard when you turn on everything like that.
Yeah, the weakness.
Yeah. I think I had someone for like 900. And
the weakness circle is so nice with Thor. I'm just gonna throw it.
Yeah.
When you're Thor and you have an SS that's on book and she's good with that weakness circle, oh my god.
Yep.
Because you get all
as
this,
long as you're on Molnir though.
Yeah, Molnir. Because as you get all these like power against weakened foes and like all this bullshit. It's really nice.
So this is an alternate build, of course. So this is one that I came up with. I don't know if you came up with your own one.
I have one, yeah.
You do?
Well,
okay.
yeah.
So I wanted to mix some blues in, because I think contingency is one of her best pieces. But the way that I run her, I don't use blues. I used to try this build, but I always end up switching back to the Disciple sets. But this seems to be what a lot of the other people run who run this type. This is kind of the setup. So first, the head, Divine Shield, or Divine Conduit cooldown reduction, so that's skill 1 cooldown reduction. especially if you're using the new Black Mirror with the cooldown reduction you get from hitting people with your heavy. Then this as well, you'll be healing like essentially all the time. Next up is Contingency. It gives you a nice big shield here. This one that I have gives 900, I guess. When you first drop below 25% health, it resets every time that you die. So
you only get it once.
Yeah, you only get it once per life. So it's pretty good still, of course. 900 shield is a lot if you look at some of the other characters' complete total health pool. They're around like 1400 health. So a 900 point shield is like almost a full person's life.
And like what I recommend too is like if you know your contingency is gonna pop soon or whatever, like it's hard to tell. Obviously, like you want to make sure you have a dash because like if you have a dash, this contingency can actually just put you back in the game at 100%. If you can get away, and the shield doesn't get touched. Or like very minimally touched, and you don't look like.
It helps you. It gives you like one free life to keep your disciple stacks. That's kind of why.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of why I was using it.
Yeah.
So next is the studio spellcasting. I think it's the best piece that she's got. The next one up here that I have is these legs, just mainly because I thought that this dash cape here, the Conjured Care, was better than the Telecaster cape. To run 3, because contingency is a 3. And the pants were like, I think they're when you use a special while your aura is up, you get. Okay, there's other pants. Well, when you use a special while your aura is up, it gives a shield. Then there's also the when your shields run out on people, it gives you stamina. And I didn't think either one of those were as good as the stupid dashing small shield thing here and the ultimate regen combined. So that's how I had it set. I guess you have your own here, eh?
Yeah, I'm not big on hybrid builds. That's my playstyle. I'm an all or nothing for most people. That's why I like a lot of the builds. I don't know if you guys have noticed that I show are generally like
full one set.
Full. But that's just my playstyle. But so I did, this to me is like support. So I recommend this build with book if you're gonna go all the blues. I don't think it's as good with orb, maybe mirror. But that's just my opinion. So anyway, the top one's just divine conduct reduction, so that's just to get your heal up more often. And then I run contingency like Chedda was saying. And then when shielded, gain mystic power. So what I like to try to do here is I try to always make sure that I have a shield when I put my SP1 up, so that I get that mystic power on my heal. And then I run the pants that Chedda was talking about. So on special use, grant nearby allies 182 shield. So this is just like hopefully more shields for my allies, hopefully more time we can spend fighting. And then I run the cape, the dash cape as well. So like the point of my build is to be 100% support. And the way I run this build is if we're winning the round, like say it's a 3v2, my 2 tanks are at like medium to low health and they're all at low health but I'm at full, I'm a lot more willing to die on this build. I'm a lot more like trying to shield my opponents or shield my allies and heal them and take care of them so we win the round, as opposed to like live so that the next round I'm amazing, because this doesn't change from round to round. Like I'm just as...
It's good when the tank dies. You can run in and be the tank now for your DPS because you have the contingency, you have your crappy shields. You're not going to be obviously as good tank as the Hulk, the Thor, the Cap was, but you'll be alright. A little bit
better, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I would have ran the other ones for the amulet and the helmet, the one that gives like the duration and the shield power stuff. The helmet. You
would run the outgoing shield duration?
More duration, yeah.
You're probably right. Actually, sorry, Chedda's probably right.
The amulet as well. There's one that, I think that one gives shield power though, right? The other, I think it's a 3 set.
I think I don't have it. Oh, there it is. You know what though? I feel that, but
power.
I feel that, but I find with this build you just don't have enough mystic power. You need something to help your heals.
Yeah.
So that one I beg to differ, but you're right on the helmet.
You do go like all in on something.
Yeah.
Alright, well, either way, that's SS.
Yep.
She did good in seasons, actually. There are a lot of people playing SS, but
Oh yeah, Mirror
Black
was
Mirror
pretty
came
OP.
out right when season started, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were excited on that one. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the next balance patch as well.
Yeah, if they touch it or not.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen to Black Mirror. It seems to be a little bit OP.
Yeah.
Next.
I think this is our last person, right?
Storm? Yes, it is. Okay.
Ooh, this was longer than intended, but here we go.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be half an hour.
Yeah, same.
Alright, well, if you made it this far, I'm sorry we got the worst champion.
We'll timestamp it for you guys, so you don't have to.
You definitely got the worst champion for last year.
Yeah.
She wasn't in a good spot. I think the top Storm in seasons was 150th or so. I remember I looked with like 1 day left and they were in 147. I doubt anyone pushed Storm up.
There is a lot of people who
maybe that person pushed one of their champions up above Storm and knocked Storm off of their list, and they would be even lower at that point.
And there's a lot of people who mained Storm for a long time and decided
to not play her in seasons. There's people who played her in the last season that didn't play her in this season.
they said they just couldn't stand a chance against certain comps.
Yeah, and
she's just not in a great spot.
Not much changed for her. It's what changed with the other champions.
Yeah, she's
that
been the
hurt
same
her so
forever,
much.
kind of. Other than when they've nerfed Lightning.
Yeah, like since those nerfs, she's got some slight buffs, actually. But other than that, she got a couple new synergy pieces, but none of them seem to be that great. Some of them are okay, for sure, and they can be used. But none of them seem to really overtake the other builds, and as a result, no one plays her anymore.
Yeah. She's fun, though.
She can be fun. So, here we go. So, first, this is the damage type build.
I would say 98% of people who run Storm run this build. Maybe 80 if you include the Mending Monsoon build.
Well, the Mending Monsoon's a 3-set too, so it's either like this or it's the other one.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But yeah, so this is the damage build. You're not like supporting your team too much with this one, that's for sure. So first we have Deluge of Set from the Pharaoh's Torrent set. When you hit multiple foes with special or heavy, gain 40% crit hit chance for 5 seconds.
Nut.
It's really good once you trigger it. It's fairly easy to trigger, actually. Your skill 1 can hit multiple people, your skill 2 can hit multiple people, your ultimate can hit multiple people, and your heavy. So
And
everything you do.
skill 2 on Ice Storm can hit multiple people too.
Yeah, it's in skill 2. I actually wasn't thinking about wind at all. Yeah, your skill 2 on wind can't hit multiple people.
No, but
But for ice, this is really good.
same with wind. The fuck?
Yeah, it's still really good for wind too. Okay, so next we have the Flood Chorus. When you hit multiple foes again, it turns the synergy set on. You gain 171 attack power.
So again, that's going to vary, but
It's gonna vary for sure.
not too much though.
It does actually vary a lot. I just got an upgrade and it was from like a level 20 something piece to a level 31 piece, and it went from like 120 to 170.
Oh wow, okay,
So
nice.
yeah, it shot up a lot. But yeah, so you start critting more, you get this decent attack power buff. And then next, we have Deflection Gale. I really only use this to turn on the Heal Dash Cape. The arms are, again, I don't know why they do this, but every champion, the arms for the yellow set are cooldown reduction for skill 1.
Yeah, every single person.
Every single person, same thing, always in the same slot, but at least they're consistent. So, these arms give, on special use, nearby alloys. So when you use a special, this like weird wind circle thing will come flying out around you. And anyone who's inside of that will get this projectile resist buff. Works the same way for all the Winds of Vitality synergies. Maybe you haven't noticed, maybe you have, but yeah, whenever you activate one of these types of buff, there's this weird wind circle thing that comes around you. It's pretty big. It's a decent size, that's for sure. Okay, so for the next one, we have Exodus of Shu. When you hit multiple foes again, this is how you turn it on, and it gives you a lot of special power. Storm's base special power is 400 and something. So this being 300, almost doubled. So that's gonna add a bunch onto your specials. They're really good with lightning, I think, and it's definitely good with cold or
It's good with
blizzard
wind too. It's really good with wind.
It's really good with wind too, for sure. But I meant with the ultimates for both of those. For blizzard, if you like can land in the middle of their team and start it up somehow, and it hits them all, the first hits will do like 100 or whatever. But then all the ones after that, mine were doing 230 because they start critting as well.
Yeah.
Right. So the first hits, I'll just deal 100, not crit. Then after that, they're 230 a spin, all crits most of the time. And
That's that 40% crit rate.
Yeah, because of the crit. Oops. Because of the crit rate that you get from
the helmet.
The old helmet here.
That's why this helmet's so important to run.
Yeah, it sets up the whole other thing. And then for my last piece, I use the Prevailing Wind here on dash, heal nearby allies. It's the same thing again. Wherever you land, that weird wind thing comes out around you and it heals everyone. The dash capes for the Pharaoh's Torrent set are absolutely horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, they're on dash, so when you actually start your dash, they deal damage. So like if you get surrounded by everyone and you dash out, it'll deal...
Oh, you deal the 100 damage?
Yeah, that's the worst part. It's like 120 damage. If it was like 500, it would matter.
Yeah.
But it's like nothing. So those need a massive overhaul. They're
just
completely
since we
useless.
on my girl, and it seems a lot of people still don't know this. Windstorm Sp2, even though it doesn't say it anywhere, when you drop it, whoever is in that circle, regardless of what gear you're wearing, what you're doing, whoever is in that Sp2 circle when you land it, gets a dash.
Yeah,
if they have
say it in the
it doesn't.
thing here.
If they have 2 dashes, if they're a BP, a Spider-Man, things like that, and they are at 0 dashes, you will refresh them to full when you land it on them.
It would actually be awesome if Kabam could add that into the skill description because
Please.
no one knows. And if it wasn't intended to be there, please add it into the skill because taking away anything from Storm is a bad idea right now, I think.
Yeah.
Unless other
don't take it away because it's not in there. It's
no takeaways, only adds, please.
And like, please put it in there because I cannot tell you how many people tell me, "Did you know?" Or, "No, I need to run the stamina piece." So just when you land it on yourself or your allies, you give them full stamina.
Mm-hmm. And then here's the alternate build for Storm. So this is like complete full support build. It seems that this may be how you have to play Storm now, is just as a full support. You like never going in. I don't even know how you'd use your alt. Maybe like to protect your own base. But that seems like a waste.
If you're Storm, though, on a real, you can't go in at all, and that's why she's in such a hard spot. You literally have to stand by the Bodok. And you have to be ready to get behind your Bodok to not get hit, or you're gonna die.
Well, this does help a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Running this full thing here. So, the first one, the helmet here, Disruption Gale, nearby, or on special use, nearby allies gain 370 melee resist. Okay,
nice against Panthers and
it's
stuff.
nice against a bunch of the champions, but it's not awesome. The next is Resilience Gale. On special use, nearby allies gain 100 armor. It's kind of good, but like you see how it's stacking up now. You'll have the melee resist, you'll have the armor. The next one here is Deflection Gale. On special use, nearby allies gain projectile resist. So there's more resistances to stack up with the armor. And then the next one here is Invigorating Guild.
I didn't think you ran that one.
Oh, no, it's the only one that I have.
I think there's a better piece there. Let me double check quick. Keep going then.
Yeah, Invigorating Gale. So on special use, restore time and stamina to everyone. It's not much, but it's a bit. It obviously works a lot better with spiders and panthers and anyone else that will have 2 dashes. It's gonna work really nicely for them, that's for sure. And then last but not least again is the Prevailing Wind cape here. It's pretty nice, 162, especially with the wind flail, because you can dash, drop your circle down, dash again, so you heal for like 300.
Honestly, I feel like this could actually be a really good build for wind flail too, in a sense.
This is what I'd use if I was playing wind flail.
If you're strong with interrupts, though. Because you have to realize if you run this as wind flail, like what are you gonna do other than this?
Oh, you're gonna like buff your teammates with a whole bunch of different buffs. That's all that you can really do.
I know. I think for wind you should run the yellow chest and legs. Because you already give a bunch of shit with your SG2, but that doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like
just even more.
Those pieces are good, so
yeah,
it's hard to switch stuff up. You didn't have your own thing there.
No, because I would just run the 2 yellows there as my opposite builds. But I mean,
and I think you run the other one anyways, right? This one is what you run.
Yeah, that's my build. Yeah.
This is actually you. Okay.
This build is actually my build. Yeah.
Yeah.
For one, this is the one that's actually mine.
I tried to click on good players, but sometimes you gotta take what you can find.
Windstorm is, I think, slept on a little bit. She's just so squishy. And I know everyone says that about some characters. People say it about Spider-Man and Iron Man and stuff. Like, Storm is literally just dead if you get caught. Like, dead. I mean, no matter what happens. Even a web from a Spider-Man, and I'm dead if he gets me.
She does have one of the better dashes, though.
She does.
Where she can jump over the walls. And, yeah, for some reason it seems like if something happens to you, you have, like, a split second where you could be getting hit but still dash out of it. It's pretty wild, but... Every
time me and Chedda are on stream and we, like, jumped on a Storm as a Hulk or something like that, you would see us... Or it happened with us as Storm, too, I guess, but you literally get landed on and you jump out of it. So we call it the time to loop.
Yeah. For some reason, you're like a time traveler.
She does have a really good dash.
Yeah, her and SS has, like, the same type of one.
Teleportation.
But SS is a little bit... stronger, tankier, whatever of a support. Yeah. So for her, it actually makes her seem super OP because she has this awesome dash where she can go through walls and stuff, but she's still not a liability like Storm is on your team. But that's just my hate for Storm right now.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hopefully she gets
Storm is
soon.
like positioning, and you are going to get punished out the yin yang for one misstep as her, and that's the issue, in my opinion.
And a lot of people have things that they can like catch you with too, which kind of sucks, right?
Alright, though, I think that is it. I'm going to be adding timestamps to this for each champion, so that if you guys aren't interested in every champion, but
I was saying that at the end. You should let that start.
Either way, if you made it this far, I really hope you did. I really hope we gave you guys some insight. Work with what you got, you know.
It's a video. I know a lot of people have kind of been asking for something more like this because, man, there is a lot of different synergy combinations that you can run for the different people.
And there's a lot of differing opinions too, so I hope we showed you guys enough of a spectrum of the different styles. We tried to mention the pieces that you really need to run certain builds. That like you kind of can't do it if you don't have that piece, you know.
Yep.
Again, I hope you guys took the time. I'll be adding timestamps. We appreciate everyone. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You can check us out on our Twitch. We go live Monday to Thursdays at 9 p.m. EST. For us, very shortly. We will see you guys shortly. Unfortunately, not for you guys when you watch this video, but all right.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.